Welcome back to my channel. So during this video, we're going to be using a really throwback palette. This one is from Hard Candy. This one does not have the actual name of the palette. Like this one has Blushful Nudes. This one does not have a name, but it is the one. It has 1339 on the back of it. I'm not sure if that's going to help with finding the eyeshadow palette, but it is in Walmart. This is the color scheme. I've used like a couple of the shimmers, but I've never used the mattes on my eyes before. I'm trying to get closer, sorry. But I've never used the mattes on my eyes before. But my norm, don't know what I'm going to create, but I did prime my eyes with my P. Louise base, and I did set it this morning with a little bit of my Airspun powder. So let's get started. So we're going to start out with the let's take this Profusion large blending eyeshadow brush in ES1, and this is large fluffy brush. Let's take the shade let's take this third matte shade on the bottom row. We're just going to pack it on the brush. And it's like a Mauvy light pinkish rosy type shade. And we're going to pack that right into the crease area. And we're just going to build it. You know, pack it and build it. And I'm glad I set the concealer this morning, because this is like a really light shade, and it probably would take longer to build had I not set the eyeshadow base. So we are going to continue to build. And this is my short work week. So I don't know when this video is going up, but it may be probably after Thanksgiving. But I'm going to try to get it up before Thanksgiving. Not 100% sure yet. But this is my short work week, which is Thanksgiving week. So I love the holidays. I love the holidays. You get to spend time with your family and your friends and your loved ones. So if you still have them around, cherish them, spend time with them, love upon them. Both of my parents are deceased, so I have to try to spend time with family and friends that are still here. I have 2 siblings that are deceased, and I have 3 that are still living that's in my area. But I do have an older sister that, you know, I stay in communication with, and hopefully we can start spending some time together. But as far as my parents, both of my parents are deceased, so it kind of makes it difficult during the holidays, you know. And with my siblings that are deceased as well. So we're going to keep on with this eye look forward before I start getting emotional with the holidays. We're going to go in with, let's try a little bit of this deeper matte shade. No, let's try this pink. Let's do this pink. This, like a hot pink matte shade. And we're going to pop this shade right in the outer V. The same way we did the crease, and just pack it. I like how light and muted it is. If you have this eyeshadow palette, let me know your thoughts on it. If you've used it, how you feel about it. I like how soft it is. If you're a beginner and does not want a whole lot of pigment and you just learning how to work with shadows, this would be a great eyeshadow palette, like the little Essence palettes. And I'm just packing. So that is like, I do like that for that. Let's pack a little bit more. Let's go all over our lid with it, because we're going to throw a shimmer up there too. Let's go all over our lid. And we're using the same hot pink shadow. Now let's just blend a little bit, really lightly. So now we're going to take this deeper shade on the end. It's like a brick type color shade. I don't know. And we're just going to apply this, pack it on our outer V as well, going up in our crease to kind of give it a little more depth. Let's see, let's switch brushes for a minute. We're going to go in with the Mauvy 433. I want to see if I can deepen it up just a little bit. We're going to take this same shade, the last shade in the palette, and see if we can add a little more pigment to it. We're going to the side of the brush and pack it on the outer V up into the crease area. That's giving a little more payoff. Just a little bit more. Right around in the crease area. And a little bit more, just to make sure you pack it right in that outer V area. Let's do the same thing for the other eye. Now I'm just going to blend lightly with the same brush in this crease area to make sure this shade is diffused. So now we're going to go back in with this profusion brush and take my little wipe and make sure the brush is cleaned. And we're going to go in with the shade, the first matte shade, and mix it with the second matte shade. And we're going to apply this right under our brow bone area to set the base. Apply a little bit more just to make sure you have it set really, really good before you start blending out the rest of the shadow. So now we're going to blend these two shades together. So now let's go back in with the last shade we used one more time. And make sure we have it blended and packed on this outer V and up into your crease area. That's pretty. Just take a tad bit more. Okay, so now we're going to take our Too Faced glitter glue. I'm working on this baby right here though. I am really working on it. I'm about to get there because my goal is to empty this tube. I've had it so long, like so freaking long. So now we're going to take this Echo Tools fluffy brush and we're going to pick up the Too Faced glitter glue and we're going to pack it on the lid. Starting with the center, going over into the crease. And I'm not going to go all the way to the outer V. So we're going to do the same thing for the other lid. You want to pack it, starting with the center, and drag over into the crease area. I need me some coffee this morning. I know that was so random, but I need some coffee. It's Monday morning. Okay, so let's just make sure we got it coated really good. Like I said, I've used the shimmers a couple of times, but I've never really touched these mattes. So now we're going to go in with, I think I want to do a little different this morning. I want to do this shade here. It's more like a silvery shimmer shade. And we're going to pop it where we place this glitter glue. Concentrating most of it right in the center of the eye. I'm doing the same thing for the other eye. You just want to make sure it's packed like really, really good. So I like to go over mine with my shimmers about 2 or 3 times just to make sure the glitter glue is set like really good with the shadows. So it doesn't break up and get hard and throughout the day. I'm just making sure everything is just packed on top of that glitter glue. Because that glitter glue can be like really, really tricky. Because once it sticks, it sticks. So I'm taking a little bit more. And I'm just going right up into the crease area with this shade. And I'm not going to blend with this brush because it's so dense. I don't want to mess up the shadow. But I am going to go in with this Sigma fiber brush. And it's this little skinny tip on it, which is good for blending out shadows like this in your crease. Especially once you've used like a glitter glue or something. It makes it easier for you to blend out the edges of the shade rather than using a brush like this one, which will cause it to break up and get really, really patchy. So I like these little small blending brushes for that purpose. And you're just going to blend in circular motions until you get it blended out how you want it or like it. But I just blend a little, I just continue to blend a lot until it looks like it's really, really seamless. I didn't even zoom you guys in. I am sorry. I done did this whole video and did not zoom you in. Now, I should have known. We're going to continue with the video. We're going to continue to blend this shadow, this shimmer shade in circular motions until we get it diffused, these edges diffused to our liking. And this really, really helps when you have these harsh edges and stuff from these shimmer shades. And we're just blending in circular motions. Now we're going to do windshield wiper motions in addition to the circular motions. And just make sure these edges, like I said, are blended like really, really good. So now what I want to do, I'm going to take this shimmer shade above the black, which is this nice Mauvy, and it kind of matches a little bit with the matte shade we used on the outer V. We're going to take this shade here and pop it right on the outer V area and blend it in with the silvery shimmer shade to give it a little more depth on top of that matte shadow. And make sure everything is blended together. You want to just keep blending until you've blended to your liking. And my light is out again. I'm going to have to purchase another light on my little vanity because this thing just keeps going like out. And it's really aggravating. It's gone out like 3 times during my filming in the last couple of weeks, which is aggravating to me because I don't even know if you all can see what I'm actually doing with this light being out in front of me. So I'm just going to continue to add this deeper burgundy maroonish, not burgundy, maroon shade in with this silvery shadow. And now we're just blending both colors together. Okay, so I think that's looking pretty good. So now I'm just going to flick it a little bit more to make sure it's blended really good. Because y'all know me, I'm always saying products can work, you just have to work with them. It may take a little more time, but I do believe in trying to make a whole lot of stuff work if I purchase it. So now we're going to before I eat the glitter. I think that looks pretty good. So now let's go back in with a little more of the first shade we popped on the lid. Well, we're going to use this fiber brush this time instead of our dense brush because we do want to make sure that shade sticks on our lid. So we're going to lightly fluff it back on our lid and our crease. And bring a little more of that color back to the lid. And then just make sure it's transitioned with this maroon shade again. I think that looks pretty good. So now we're going to go back in with our Morphe 433 brush. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's mix the light pink and the Mauvy shade together. And we're going to make sure on the side of the brush that we lightly pack it mainly above this bone above the outer crease. Outer V. We're just going to pack it And then we'll go back and blend, because I just want to make sure a little more color is there. Now let's go back in with the Profusion brush and lightly blend it over into the inner corner. The matte didn't perform too bad, to be honest. It did not. Okay, so now we're going to wipe this off again, because we're going to put this lighter transition shade back in our brow bone, which is the 2 matte shades you have here. And we're going to place that back into the brow bone area to kind of soften up that Mauvy shade that we added there. And then blend. Okay, so now my last step is back with this Sigma brush, just to make sure everything is blended. Cool. So I like how that's coming together. So let's take out our light. I just should have had this stuff together this morning. Me and my Monday mornings. And we're gonna clean up, you know, around our eye area. My norm, I did not put any micellar water. Wrap it around my finger and give it a sharp, clean look. My lighting like all off this morning. Clean around my brows. And this helps shapes them too. If you have problems like I do with these eyebrows, some days they act like a fool. Okay. So this is the final look. So let's add a little bit more of this burgundy shimmer back to the outer V area. I feel like I lost a little bit of it. Yeah, I did. And just adding it back into this same area. Adding a little bit more. This is pretty together. I'm just blending again in circular motions. Just making sure everything is blended really well before I go off camera to do the rest of my face. That is like so pretty. Okay, so I think that does it. I'm gonna go off camera, do the rest of my face, and I'll be back to go show you guys the final look. See you guys in a bit. Welcome back. This is the final look. I do like how this eyeshadow palette performed. Like I said, if you're a beginner, don't want really heavy pigment to begin off with, this is a great palette. It's really light. The colors are like not as bold where you can't blend them. They're actually really beginner friendly. I did not apply any more shadows to my lids, which I do not do anyways when I go off camera. But for the rest of my face, I use my Morphe and my Kat Von D foundation, which has been, I've been using the last week when I put in my Shop My Stash about 2 weeks ago when I did, I believe. But I've been mixing these two foundations together, giving me that perfect coverage and color. For my lashes, I don't remember what lashes these are. I used them last week. Don't remember. But I think they are some Felicia lashes off Amazon. Not 100% sure. But for my bronzing and blush this morning, I pulled out my Morphe 8M face palette. And I think these are on sale right now, I believe. I don't know if it's $8 or $10. I'm not sure. But I know they are on sale. I bronzed with all three of the shades at the top. I blushed with these two and highlighted with both of these shades. So that pretty much finished the face and the eyes. And for my lips, I did my normal go-to favorite, my MAC Hummingbird lip liner. I had it in my hand, I don't know what I did with it. But it's the maroon lip liner. Along with, I'm actually trying to find it. Who knows where I stuck it? Along with this nudie gloss that I got from H&M a couple years ago. So that completes the look. And I'm still, you see me looking around, I'm still trying to find this lip liner because it's irking me that I do not have it in front of me because I stuck it back up here when I got done using it. You know what? Let's just keep moving. I put, well, if you've watched any of my other videos, then that's the liner I'm using. I just hate when I can't find it. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I do like how everything performed. The eye look is like really pretty. Really, really pretty. Let's bring it a little bit more so you can actually see how everything came together. I do like it. I like how everything performed. The shimmers are like really, really good. Had no problem with those. Like I said again, if you have this palette, let me know your thoughts on it. I enjoyed it. It's a nice beginner friendly. I do have the other palettes. I'm going to be using. I have it over here on my vanity. So until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. And if you have not done so already, please comment, like, and subscribe to your girl's channel. And I'll see you guys. Goodbye.